Hey, welcome to part 7 of nuts and bolts of the single plane swing. Today, we're going to talk about the downswing, hitting position, what happens to release, and right in the middle, we have impact. So there's no better feeling knowing that when you wake up in the morning to go play golf, so that you're going to play well. There's no better feeling of hitting good golf shots down the fairway. So my mission today is to help as many people as possible wake up every day feeling good that they're going to go out there and play great because of the single plane swing. So you know as well as I do that you can't think about your golf swing in the downswing. It's going too fast, right? Maybe this is a problem that a lot of people have, is they are trying to actually have conscious thought and make changes as their body's moving. And you know as well as I do, there's no way that you can create and change motion. By the time you've thought about how to adjust something in the swing, it's happening too fast. We've all been through that. So this idea of producing a golf swing that is automatic, where what I call mistake proofing your swing, but having an automatic swing is really about hitting positions. And I'm not saying you got to consciously think about these positions. What I'm saying is you got to train these positions, practice these positions, and then you go basically just work your body through the positions. And what happens in between is the club strikes the ball. Now, having said all that, as you see, if you watch my videos or you subscribe to my channel, you see that I talk about things that nobody else talks about. And these things are really, I think, the missing elements in instruction. And I call it the braking system of the swing, how the body slows itself down and how it stops. And this is very important. And it's probably one of the most important things you can learn in the golf swing. And I can't believe really no one talks about it, because everybody talks about motion. People talk about positions, but no one talks about how the body is actually achieving it. And that's where biomechanics comes in, and that's where the single plane swing comes in. And that's why I love the single plane swing, because it's a very simple way to produce great motion of your body. It simplifies it. Now, having said that, in this video, Nuts and Bolts Part 7, we've worked into the downswing, but now we got to release the club and get it through impact, not consciously, but unconsciously, so that the club squares up every single time. And this is where the braking system comes in. Now, let me explain what the braking system is. The braking system of the body is how it stops. Now, let me give you a couple examples. First example is and I'll just kind of rehearse the swing and show you what's happening during the swing. When I go back into the backswing and I brace against this trail leg, right? And we talk about that in part 5, I believe, of this segment. When I'm bracing against that leg, that is braking my body. It's stopping my body so that this part can keep moving, and then obviously the arms and hands can keep moving, right? So part of the body is stopping to allow the other part to continue. One part's putting the brakes on as another part continues its movement. Okay, makes sense, right? In other words, you can't be in complete motion. You can't just keep moving, because at some point you have to stop, because when you change directions, you have to be able to change directions, and one part has to move in an opposite direction. Well, it's easy to move it. If it's stopped, it can move, but if it keeps moving, you can't move it in the other direction. Now, in the downswing, kind of the opposite occurs. So now I'm in the top of my backswing, and then I move into that knee, and guess what? That flexed knee with that rotated foot stops this part of my body. So what? I can accelerate this part of my body. So left side versus right side. And that's really what's happening. The left side of the body is doing one thing, and the right side of the body is doing another. And so many people question, is the swing left-sided or right-sided? It's both-sided, depending on where in the sequence it's occurring. But so how do you get this right? How do you practice this without thinking about it? Well, it's actually pretty simple. And what happens is, if you just do a couple basic principles that I discuss, which is lead knee flex, foot down, you're creating a mistake-proof position of the body. Let me kind of refresh that for you. When I go to the top of my backswing, notice that my lead foot's on the ground, my trail foot's braced, and my leg is braced. That's really all I can do. I can't go much further than that. Great, I've limited my lower body movement. I love limitation, because limitation creates consistency. You don't want to just tell somebody, rotate as much as you can, because they'll come out of the limitations. You want to create body limitations in your swing. So I go and I have a limitation in my lower body set up by bracing against that leg, keeping this foot down. Now, when I do this, when I transition, which we discussed in a previous video, when I transition, notice if I keep that foot down and this knee flexed, I have another limitation, very important limitation. Now, I have sidebend. We talked about that. That created a vertical drop. Review my last video. Now side bend, guess what? Side bend creates another limitation. See my body? When I am in my knee, foot down, and side bent, I'm in a limitation, which is great because the last thing that you want and the most important thing now is the arms can deliver the club to the same exact spot. Now come over here and I'll show you what happens, because when I add this together, lower body positioning, upper body positioning, side bend, it lets my arms go from here to there, the exact same place, which produces impact. So watch it from here. I'm going to try to go a little slower than I did last time to slow a swing down for you. But so now I'm in the top of my swing. Look, brace there, right? Brace. Now watch this. As I'm turning, right about here, my body's getting to a point where it can't move. The only thing left to go, arms and hands. See that? So I'm gonna go slow motion now through the ball. And now you'll see how impact is being produced from here to there. I'm at the top of the swing. Transition, rotation, side bend, side bend, side bend. Uh-oh, body can't move. See that? Now look at my side bend of my body. So the club went from here to there, and then you finish. That's how important limitations are. But here's what I see people do. I see people don't stop themselves well. They don't stop the body well. In other words, they think the swing is, okay, rotate this way and rotate this way. Well, yeah, that's true, but they don't think about, they don't consider the fact that part of the body needs to stop rotating. So what you need to be thinking about is, how do I brace this part of my body so this part can function correctly? And you get a stabilized lower body and a quickly moving upper body. And the last thing that can move in the sequence is the arm. So watch this happen in full speed now. And what happened in that swing was this: stabilization, rotation, body's kind of stuck, arms deliver, finish. That's how it happens from the downswing, from here through impact to release. And if you watch that, if you slow that swing down, you're going to see there's a position that your body hits that the last thing that's left is just the arms and the shoulders move like that. It almost looks like the body is stopped and the arms and shoulders deliver. And that's how the club can go right through impact consistently. And that's why Mo was probably the greatest ball striker to ever play the game. Hey, if you're enjoying this content, give me a thumbs up, hit that bell icon, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.